do this session?
Yeah, I'd say what's our intention? That's the only question I like to ask. And from my side, I would say I would like to try and get a very simple UI put together that just loads in the questions, that lets me view bookends and also respond, or just maybe not respond to them, but at least let you see them.
Okay.
So that's kind of step one. It's just being able to load in the data, see it, and then maybe next week it'll be, okay, let's actually start writing some answers to this.
Okay.
So that's I should be able to get pretty close in the next hour with what I've got right now.
Okay.
And I think
If you want to,
yeah.
if you want to do that, I can sit and chew away on getting the all the models finished. I'm just working through the functions right now.
Okay. Yep. For now, I'll just use I'll just try and transfer my data into some dummy data, and have the backend class, when it responds, just respond with my dummy data for now.
Okay.
For simplicity. Okay. All right. Let's fetch and do this. It's always fun when you actually start building something. That's probably why everyone does it. It's about something that needs to be built.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is, like, they can see. It's hard because people can't see what you're doing, but they can hear you. Like if they're in my stream, but they can at least see me updating the backend while you're working on that. So it's kind of cool. Suppose if you put both streams side by side, we'll figure it out one of these days.
Yeah.
Dual share.
I mean, technically, you could share your screen into my stream, but that doesn't help me to you, right?
No, I think it'll get clunky because then it'll look small on yours, won't it?
Yeah, I'd have to swap out which screen is being shared. So
just share yours. I think we'll nuke this down pretty quick.
Yeah, if people want back end stuff, then they go to you. If they want the front end Flutter stuff, they'll come to me.
I think that works.
What music should we have? Should we do chill, down tempo?
I think some chill down tempo sounds great.
Chill. Let's see what this sounds like. Apparently it's Music AI Plus. All right, I like that. Let's go.
I'm just going through and ripping everything out I've done, so that's how I feel right now. It's all right though. It's a learning thing.
Yeah, I'm about to start copy pasting my all my code from other projects in here.
There you go.
Because I have a super nice way for, like, I've already built a widget that lets me handle like a bottom app bar and a sidebar depending on like screen width. So
that's cool.
I just copy paste it.
I like that. I can work to that.
Music?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ooh. If this is AI generated music, man, like I'm impressed. I can appreciate this.
Is that really what it is?
Well, it says, like on my screen, it's like Music AI Plus. I don't know if it's actually AI generated, but I mean, it could be. If it's able to just go forever, like I don't know what you would do. Like different segments, like 20 to 50 of them, and you just pack them together as your plays. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I just like this. I like just typing away. I've been so, unfortunately, I know how you know how this goes. I have so many different things I'm working on right now. It's just hard to. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I can find an hour to update this, no problem. And I'm like, okay, I screwed up. But that's why we're on here, anyways. This is what this time is for. This is okay.
I mean, my goal with this is to both garner attention
Mhm.
while building something that I feel like I desperately want and need to improve my life. So I feel like
There you go.
it's all the birds. Data. Default color scheme is a deep purple, so hope you like that.
It's fine with me as long as I don't have to pick it.
As long as I pick it.
As long as I don't have to pick it, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I love GitHub Copilot.
Mm-hmm.
It's so nice. Okay, it just generated me a whole bunch of code. I don't know if I need it. That's what it gives me. Okay, got our root in place. We have our pages. We've got constants, non-constants, string constants. Next up is just to set up our backend so it retrieves our data. Right. Okay, so
It's always like people that are just quiet, chilling, and watch what's happening in here. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like a week later, I'll get a question.
got one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, dude? Yeah, what's your interest? What are you here for? You here to learn? Here to hang out?
I always like to learn the ways.
Yeah, I was building a Zapier automation earlier today. trying to jump back into it, see how it went with AI and all that good stuff to automate my content. Like I post on Twitter, it posts everywhere else, like LinkedIn, Instagram, etc. And I mean, it's pretty nice. It's kind of annoying trying to generate images and then use those images. But like text to text and synopsis and things like that, throwing it up in Discord, all that good stuff, works pretty well. So we're going to set something up with, I don't know, Restream to post in my Discord server when I go live. When I start streaming. Just so, I mean,
That's a good idea.
the goal is just to garner attention, right?
Yep.
And for people who know that you're doing things, it's like they have more of an opportunity to hop in and see what's up. So that's the goal. Just leverage all these automations to be as lazy as possible, but also as effective as possible.
You might as well. Well, like even this stuff, all I have to do is create one of these files and then just ask something to mimic it, right? Instead of typing out the same mundane stuff all the time. There's no shame in it. I mean, unless you're like wasting time. I mean, and that's fine. Like there's, I was talking about this the other day, yesterday. You can learn. Right? I wouldn't just, like, if you've never done any of this programming nonsense before, don't just go open up AI and start building a website. Like, you're in for a world of pain you're not prepared for yet. You can do that. Like, I wouldn't tell somebody not to. I see people like promoting that all the time, but they're doing like a single, simple, very, very 101 level site. And they don't tell you that always, right? And it makes it seem like, oh, they've got this beautiful site. I'm like, yeah, I'd like to see somebody go to like an AI site and say, like OpenAI and say, build me a website for my marketing business. You get like 2 frames and a couple of disjointed words. Like, it's not gonna know. Like, it doesn't style everything for you. Like, I'm just like, they're giving people false hope. And if you don't learn how this stuff works, like,
Yeah.
you're in a world of hurt that you're just not prepared for. Because if you gotta, like, imagine you try to support something like that, or God forbid you gotta troubleshoot it. I mean, it's just not feasible, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But like, I like to do one of these things and then say, hey, copy this, copy that. And if once you do that, you'll realize like how powerful it is. And that's what I wish people would tell you. Like, tell it what you need, know what you need, so you can tell it what you need, and know where it's good and know where it's not good. Because if you ask it to do something very complex, I've always found it kind of like, it'll run you in a circle until you give up. I've always found I just can type it out faster myself. Anything with like actual complexity. But like, if I'm like, hey, give me like a simple styled CSS sheet as a template, and here's the colors I want, here's a couple other details, here's what I don't want, it's pretty good about following instructions.
Oh yeah.
It's just, you got to know how all that works. You got to know what a layout is, right? It's not going to know that for you. It doesn't know what you want. It can't read your mind.
From my perspective, I think of it as like ChatGPT-4, for example. I think it's like a really intelligent 5-year-old. Like, if you provide as much context as possible, as many details as possible, it's gonna get pretty close, but it's still gonna get some stuff off. Makes me think of like Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and they're trying to tell him to go and get this thing, and they're trying to describe what the thing is to him. It's like, I need you to get the help that I put on my head and bring it to me so we can break out. And Groot brings back like finger.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like, you're like, what? Like, fear. Like, so that's, I feel like AI is a little bit like that, where like, here, I did it. And you're like, okay, maybe you need a bit more context.
Yep.
Than what I gave you. So,
Yeah, but like I said, it's like it's pretty good. It's getting better. I think that what did they put? They filed for their patent for like their release for GPT-5. I'm curious to see. I haven't read enough about it, but I'm curious to see what their focus is going to be with GPT-5. I really just don't. I don't keep up with all of it because there's just too much. Like it's a good problem to have, but I need the AI to tell me what it's doing, and it lives in the past, so it's kind of hard. But you'll see, I just create the bookend one is what I created, and then I just asked it to model the rest of these after it, so I don't have to type 300 lines of code. I mean, that's why we can do this in an hour, whereas before we'd be knuckleheading this for a lot more. But then I look at it and I'm like, oh, I did all this stuff wrong, so I got to go back and should always check this. Trust but verify.
Yeah. Still pretty dang good at getting this stuff right. Like I just copy pasted my questions in here, and I was like, "Here, turn my questions into this structure." ID1 text question type, and it's doing it. So,
well, anybody who's watched me stream knows I love building like everything I do in curl. I do everything in curl, right? Just so I can cut out all the extra nonsense of anything else. Like curl's so good for, to me, it's really good for testing, and Postman's good for testing. I just happen to like curl. And the nice thing about curl is I can give it my structure, give it an input or something if I want something custom in there, and say fill out dummy data for me. And then all of a sudden, 3 seconds later, you've got 40 lines of curl command that you could dump in and mimic everything you need. And that just wasn't easy before. Like you do it, it's just time consuming. I like to be more efficient with my time.
yeah, same. And I just got all what I have a total of like 10 questions, and it just structured them all how I needed them in like 30 seconds. So that was and let's do the same thing with my next set of questions. AI is off. And it's only going to get more awesome. From my perspective, I would say, like, for GPT-5, we're likely going to see a lot of, like, multimodal approaches to things. So it's like you can just do anything you want. So right now, OpenAI has, like, you got Whisper, you got DALL-E, you got GPT, and my expectation is that they're just going to combine all of those into just one big thing. So you can mix and match. You can say, you can pass in text, an image, some speech, and be like, break down what this is saying for me and speak it to me, right? Not just talk it out, but actually tell me, speak it to me. So I think they're just going to increase the flexibility of the modal itself by combining all of their disparate services at the moment into one bigger service. Yes, I feel like that's the next step to take, is just getting all of it into the same spot, so it's just even easier to work with.
Yep. Yeah, it will be. There was talk. I did catch some talk about how you can how you'll be able to soon just hit one, just like you said, just one API and do everything from there. And I don't think you need like one API endpoint. I think just one coherent, like if you do like model image or like it can self decide what's the best for you. Like it uses logic, and I don't know. I think the the benefit to all of this is you can learn things if you want to. You can use it to learn things too. I think it does a great job today of explaining code, most code. It does a pretty good job of explaining. I used it to document one of my big APIs. I just went through, I mean, I don't know, you know how it is documenting an entire API that's got, Jesus, I don't know how many routes I have in there, but it's not for the faint of heart. And it does a lot of different things. And the time it takes me to document that stuff it's a lot of effort. And so it can do a pretty good job summarizing. You have to fix a few things, but like I wish I could quantify the amount of time it saved me. Um, and all I had to do was give it one example of like a completed doc page, and it did everything else for me. It's like it's all it needed was like the direction. You give it some direction, and it's a piece of cake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, documentation, I feel like you no longer have any excuse,
Mm-hmm.
especially for APIs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure people have been building AI tools that will just crawl your API endpoints and just document them for you.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you push up to GitHub, you just have the AI write some more docs for you.
Mm-hmm.
It gets super easy. And I would say even like kind of the reverse of that is if I just write a doc string for a function I need to write, AI can just write it for me generally if I provide enough context in my doc string.
Mm-hmm.
So I find myself generally writing these abstract classes, which is the stubs, function stubs, and then I pass it into an AI and be like, write it for me, build it.
Mm-hmm.
Works better if you do it function by function, but it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Alright. Okay. Okay, I've got my questions in here. I've got them set up in the data structure. Let's play with it. Backend is going to return my dummy bookend. Now I just gotta set up some get it stuff.
Okay. Let us test. Oof, did I get it on the first try? It's always exciting when you do something and it works the first time. It makes you feel like you've done it before.
Yeah.
All right. So I got an ID, which I gotta fix. Some unique ID. I gotta put an extra ID in there. Name, email, and photo URL. You just wanted like a UID for ID, right? You didn't really care.
Yeah, I don't care as long as it's unique. As long as it lets me find. Oh. Find the thing. Yeah, this music is all right. Kind of pleasantly surprised by how like consistently unique it's been. I don't know. Like, I don't know how they stream music like this forever and have it not repeat. My computer is struggling with this stream, and there we go.
Let's try this again. Okay, I think the user structure is good, which was the easy one. So now bookend.
Okay. Got the home page, hopefully loading up. All right, we're running it. Let's see how we do. See how it looks. Oh. See if it looks epic. Okay, let's see if it runs. I'm expecting there to just be one bookend, one little block at the top. That just has the name of the bookend and the number of questionnaires within it.
Makes sense.
I think it might be good. I'm going to add an optional description to the bookend. I feel like that'd be nice.
So to the bookend itself, a description?
Yep, optional. Like, it doesn't matter if you have it in there. JSON, like, serialization won't care if it's there or not, but if it is there, it'll use it. Oh, I gotta choose. All right, we're building a Mac OS application. Let's go. I think it broke. At least I got this error. UVT device enabled state. Yes.
Sorry, I have to do this. Painful.
Come on, jump, just launch. No.
Don't you just hate that when it's just like right there and you're like, come on, man.
There aren't any build errors. So I don't know. Just taking his time. It's probably taking his time because like I'm streaming, recording my screen. I've got you on here. Like it slows things down. I want to get like an M1 or M2 laptop because I feel like that speed up my streaming capacity a lot. I wouldn't get hit by the slowness.
Makes sense.
Okay, bookends, and we got an error. You need a type. I'm surprised it actually loaded. I don't know, it would, this kind of error, it would have told me like, hey, go home, you're drunk.
Get out of here, you filthy animal.
How about that? There we go. Boom. We have a daily bookends.
There it is.
Get rid of this center. We don't need that crap. That purple doesn't look good. Not right there. If that across the top, it would look good, but it's not going across the top. So I'm not. Let's see. Bookend widget. Container, color scheme, primary. Oh, we don't need that. Maybe if we do a box decoration, decoration, box decoration. We do this. There we go. Okay. All right, so we've got our daily bookend. Question count is 2. If that's not right.
Yeah, we definitely have more questions than that.
Yeah, that's the questionnaire count.
Gotcha.
Count is 2. Right. Total question count is 19. Let's go. Okay. So now I need to be able to click on this bad boy. Right. Okay, so we're gonna do a bookend. I want to go click on it.
No, now I gotta get all those questions back again. I shouldn't have deleted that table. I had them all in there too. It's all right.
Okay. All right, I've got the question here. User not work. All right, so I gotta hop off, but
All right.
it's pretty good progress. The
Mhm.
conclusion for me is that next week on Tuesday when we get back, the 2 pages I'm gonna make is a bookend detail page that just shows the questions and questionnaires and all the questions,
Okay.
and then a response page that's very similar to the book, like to the detail page that actually lets you fill in responses.
Sounds good.
I also plan on showing a incomplete or in progress. There we go, in progress section. So like up
Okay.
at the top here, you'll have an in progress for the different bookends that you have started, but you haven't completed them yet. Then you'll have below that all of just your general bookends. You can take a look at all of them. So that's your home screen is in progress. Start up a new bookend, and you can select them from there.
Makes sense.
So I think those three, like these 3 pages together, are what's necessary to make just all of this work. That's our MVP. And once I get that functioning, get all that in place, I think we're in a good spot.
I have a couple more routes, so we should be able to test that too.
Yeah. Okay.
But why don't we test with your data because you've already got it, right? Because then we could just swap it out. I don't know how you prefer that, but we could deal with that on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like linking it up to query your bookends, not a super big deal for me. My goal is to make it so that the responses are saved locally and in the cloud, so they don't have to be connected to internet to fill out a bookend, and it'll just sync data the next time they have internet.
Okay.
Yeah, I never liked being forced into using the internet for things. Like we don't need to use the internet for this. I can store all of their bookends locally as well, so they can just start new ones whenever they want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Perfect.
Progress is good.
Progress. Yeah, check it out. We have a button.
Absolutely. Right. That's what we're here for. Buttons.
I've bootstrapped the app, so we have our foundation. Building things on top of this moves pretty quick. All right, man.
Sounds good. All right.
Have an awesome Thursday. Let's
You too,
go.
buddy.
I'm excited.
All right. Have a good weekend. If I don't talk to you, but I probably will say something. All right.
You too.
I'll see you. Bye.